Alright y'all, welcome back to another video with your guy One Gun Auto Garage, and today I got a 2014 Charger in the garage. So issue is running hot, and I found that it was leaking in this area somewhere in there. That's behind the thermostat housing. So I noticed it was after we filled it with water, it would actually leak out from there. So I don't know if it's the actual gasket or did the housing itself crack. So we just went ahead and bought the housing. Also, for all the people who will view this video as a first time viewer of any of my content, if possible, go and check out other videos, and if you like those, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join me. I figured as soon as I broke the tension on this clamp, it got really loose. May be able to get it to go back, but more than likely not. Just gonna work on getting that off, because it's that weird clamp that snaps on itself to lock. I believe these are 10mm bolts. Yep, 10mm bolts. I think it's 2 that holds on this thermostat housing. I'm pretty sure I don't have to remove the thermostat itself to take the housing off, but I'm removing it because I'm gonna go in and test it also to make sure that it's not stuck closed, and that was the reason why it blew the gasket or cracked the housing on the back side. It's just 2 bolts to get this thermostat off. Probably gonna need to flush the system. Y'all see that little gunk there? I flushed the system. I hope he didn't blow a head gasket because he drove it like this for, I think he said 4 days, just constantly trying to keep water in it and antifreeze. So hopefully he didn't destroy the motor. But I did tell him after this is done to definitely do an oil change because I'm pretty sure the oil is pretty cooked. Alright, so this replacement housing, this bolt goes there, really long. The short one goes right there, so I'm gonna use the new housing. I'm gonna use the new housing so I can keep up with the bolts. See how long they are, not long. Another long one. Another long one. And in situations where you don't have the part like I do, to just be able to go ahead and move them and put them where they go, to keep up with them, take you a piece of cardboard, draw the shape of the part that you're taking off, and then just poke holes in for the bolt holes. And that's how you can organize your bolts also. Alright, now back to this aggravating clamp. Alright, got one bolt left. Hose was a little harder than I thought. Attaches to a hard line that's bolted to the side of the engine block. Last one for the housing. So make sure this camera, so y'all can see where the gasket failed. That's why I kind of wanted to go ahead and take the part off beforehand, but oh, okay, damn. All right, I thought it was just a gasket. My bad if I got it out of the camera. Thought it was just a gasket, but the actual housing failed. So that's the housing right there, not just the gasket. So all of that came out. This broke off. Dodge shouldn't even make this plastic, but following the Euro trend, they did. There's another place the gasket failed at right there. So yeah, I was right and go ahead and order the housing, which I told him I wanted to order a housing just in case it was cracked, rather than ordering the gasket and then pulling this off and finding this out and having to wait additional time to get the full housing in. So I was correct in over ordering. So now I'm gonna take my razor blade, clean that area off, and then install a new one. In between doing that, no need to film it. So I'm gonna transfer my bolts over so I keep them in order, clean the area, and then I start the camera back when I go to reinstall it. Alright, so this is the new one. You see, no splitting. Ordered this from carparts.com for about 40 bucks with the gasket. I do want to replace the thermostat, but like I said, I'm gonna clean that up, then I'm gonna boil it and see what it does. If it opens and closes, then I go ahead and reinstall. If not, then I'm going to ask that he replace it, because it does no good replacing this housing only for it to be destroyed again. I'm not tightening any of them fully tight. Just getting them snug. Cause some have these, I guess, locating collars on them. It's just rubber. So I'm gonna get everything in first before I put the final tightening to it. Probably a torque sequence to this. Probably. Am I going to go looking for one? No, because my general rule of thumb from working with plastic parts is just a little past hand tight, maybe 90 degrees, and that's it. So you don't crack the plastic or overstretch the area. Most of them are reinforced with metal in the area, but that's my general rule of thumb, and it's always worked for me. And if you're gonna use this method of using a power tool, first learn the tool. If it has variable speed, if it does, then you're free to start it how I'm starting it. Most will say it's gonna strip a boat, but if you're careful about it, not really even that have to be that careful, but just notice if you use the lowest torque when starting and it binds up when you start, then you know you're about to cross thread it. And you can usually back it out, straighten it out, take your time, screwing it in, and you'll be okay. It's just when you fully run it in at full speed when you get issues. If you take your time to start it and then do it, most of the time you come out alright. Like 99.9% of the time. So with tightening this, I'm gonna snug this corner up, and I got one more to put in to snug up. Then I'm just gonna follow a crisscross pattern of bolting this down fully. Alright, so starting right here in the middle. Alright, feel resistance. So I'm gonna come over here, go just about 90. Alright, so I feel that's pretty tight, so I'm gonna come straight down. And I always grab the ratchet near the head, so I have the least amount of multiplied torque. The farther out I go, the more torque I gain by mechanical advantage. So if you start here, notice it's tight, and then I put more torque on it, then well, that's when I start my 90, and I stop when it becomes difficult for me to turn it. Alright, so 1, 2, then come this way. Most times you go 1, 2, then 3 is on the bottom, then 4 is back up. But like I said, just gonna keep a simple crisscross pattern. Alright, so new housing is done, installed. Next, I'm gonna clean this up some and stick it in a pot, boil it, see if it's good. If it is, then I'll reinstall it and fill it up with antifreeze and bleed the system. Alright guys, so got the new thermostat. I'm about to install it and then bleed the whole system. Just to note, they do have a little bleeder thing right there, but I got the actual little bleeder cap, so I'm gonna bleed from over there. If I have to, I'll use that one, because I really don't like unscrewing these little plastic ones. Also, O'Reilly will sell you a very cheap version of this, where you can just push this down and pop it out, and they'll sell you a new one of those, the new gasket, this gasket, and that part. But I opted to get the full housing versus reusing this one. So go ahead and replace this 2-bolt simple. Gasket is already on. You definitely want to put that hose at the end. Definitely want to put that back on before you put this one back onto the thermostat, because it goes right across the top of it. Alright, so the clamp tightened right back up. I was worried that it might not. Only tools you really need for this job, needle nose, don't have to be angled like mine, 10mm, and that'll get you through the job. Had a second pair, didn't need it. Had an extension for this. Either way, you can do it without it. And you need a flathead. As far as the intake, flathead there, flathead there, and then that little piece, you just sit it down into there. Don't forget this little temp sensor. So I'm gonna put that behind the transmission stick. Snap this back into place. Alright, you can pop it off. This goes right, almost right at the clamp for the throttle body. And that pretty much completes the job. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it with coolant now. I gotta get my appropriate adapter for that one. And I should be good to go. I'll also pay attention to this radiator cap, well, coolant reservoir cap, after I get it up to temp, just to make sure it's not an issue also. I have advised the customer that I want to do an oil change on it, just due to the fact that he's ran it hot so much. Don't want to keep the thin oil in there. And possibly hurt the motor if it hasn't been hurt already. Even though it's full right there, I can still put my stopper in there, and my stopper will save the rest of that coolant. Don't have to drain it. I'm still gonna want to drain a little bit of it anyway, because he put some water in here to supplement the coolant that he's putting in. So I'm gonna try to squeeze all my radiator hoses, try to push as much air out, and then I try to bleed some of that off. But thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all again when the next car coming to the garage for some maintenance work.